Dance? What told me to
Okay.
Prof is static.
I've always felt like I have a bit of a feud with time. I'm the kind of person who will get sucked into a project and will forget to eat for hours. I feel like I blink and time evaporates. I'll freely admit, I often find myself with deadlines looming while I'm frantically finishing or starting projects. You know what they say, if you wait until the last minute, it'll only take a minute. Lately, time feels even more poignant. I'm in the last year of my 20s, and suddenly, it's sinking in just how long ago childhood, high school, college, and even graduate school were. Time feels like it's flying past me, and yet I don't feel like a different person. And I really love so many of the same things I loved in college. I used to dream of traveling through time, especially in college. And so many of my favorite shows include time travel. I think nostalgia is one of the closest things to time travel. Coming back to things and places you love feels different, but the same. This weekend, I'm going to get to play with the Magic the Gathering Commander deck that has the time travel mechanic and do a little nostalgic time traveling of my own by coming back to my college town and celebrating my college interests. Before touring the University of Portland as a prospective student at 18 years old, I'd never spent time in the Pacific Northwest. I'd been told that it was gray and often rainy, but on the spring weekend I went to visit, the cherry blossoms were in bloom and it was stunning and beautiful all weekend. I committed to attending the University of Portland, and oh boy, was I in for a shock when I started attending the following fall. I lived in Portland while getting my undergraduate and master's degree, and then moved away. I've been back a few times since moving, but coming back here always feels a bit like going back to school. And speaking of school, ironically, the last time I was here in Portland wasn't that long ago, and I was out here filming with Tellurian Community College for an episode of Shuffle Up and Play. And while I was here, I stayed at the Kennedy School, which is literally an old elementary school that was transformed into a hotel. When the professor reached out to me and said that there was going to be an episode with scientists, I was so tickled that I was going to get to be a part of it.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today, it's the scientists versus the English major.
Hi, I'm Anna Margaret. I'm playing with Ginny Faye, Jetmere Seconds.
I'm award-winning science educator Kyle Hill. I will be playing Rocco, a deck that I affectionately call Let Him Cook!
Hi, I'm Patch. I run a channel called Tear Zoo. I am playing Glunch the Bestower.
So today, my commander is Volrath the Shape Stealer.
Ah, come on! It's turn 2!
That's not what I sound like at all.
Of course not what I sound like at all! Attack the professor for 2.
Now, do you really want to kick that bee's nest this early in the game?
If I make him stronger, will you hit somebody else?
Oh, I'll gladly hit someone else.
If we keep talking, does it become our turn? Yes! Perfect!
You're so full of life.
I know, I hate it.
That's
it drives me
annoying.
crazy. Can we put this behind us? I'm sick of it.
You want to put me behind you? Hit them dogs. I also said, take the food out of the orphans' mouths. That's Kyle Hill 2024. I'm running.
I'll admit, I was a little bit intimidated. Okay, so I'm about to head down to the lobby to meet up with everybody in the pod. We're gonna do an office tour and then get dinner. Come along with me. I'm nervous, but it should be really fun. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't make everyone take a boomerang. Patch and I played some Commander at the hotel. This is such a cool hotel. And then I tried to get to sleep before filming the next day.
I create that many 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens, but instead, hopefully, they'll be dogs or cats.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yes! They're coming!
This is the deck that
All
would have
the
been more on
animals.
brand for you.
I agree.
So I still got one colorless floating, this plains, and then sack my treasure token to have 3 to equip my cat.
Hiss.
Yay!
Dance? What told me to
Prof is static.
Everyone was so unbelievably nice, and you'll just have to watch the episode to see how we did. And then just a few weeks later, I came back to Portland again. I'm 11 years older than when I moved out here for college, and it's honestly so surreal to be doing something that my college self would have dreamed of.
Day 1 of CommandFest Portland. I'm so excited. I'm going as the 13th Doctor, and I'm gonna be heading over soon.
I'm here for CommandFest Portland as a cosplay guest for the Laughing Dragon. I'm also here with the Birds of Paradise group. And I don't know if I miss Portland or I just miss college, but I love it here and I'm having so much fun. Fortuitously, this CommandFest is also celebrating the launch of the Doctor Who Magic the Gathering set, and I love Doctor Who. I got into Doctor Who in high school, but really fell in love with Doctor Who in college. It was the show that I always put on while I was grading, and the Doctor Who Commander decks are awesome. I'm cosplaying the 13th Doctor and Missy this weekend, and I'm playing the Paradox-powered Commander deck with the 13th Doctor and Yasmin at the helm, dressed as the 13th Doctor, and the Masters of Evil Precon with Missy as the Commander, dressed as Missy. It's perfect. Are you doing the Precon event too?
I am.
Yeah, you're gonna have so much fun.
I'm super excited.
I might be dressed as a Time Lord, but I've never felt less in control of time. When I was in college, 30 felt ancient. People who were 30 were real adults. I remember while teaching chemistry while living in Portland, someone dropped their lab experiments while walking from the fume hood to their lab table. And I remember my first reaction was to look for the teacher, for the adult, until I promptly remembered that I was the teacher and I was the adult in the room. There's still moments when I feel like I need to get help from an adultier adult, but somehow I will be 30 next year. Many people I'm playing Magic with this weekend have never seen Doctor Who and are experiencing the show for the first time through playing the Doctor Who Commander Precons or playing against the decks. I'm taking every opportunity I can this weekend to gush about how much I adore Doctor Who. And I'm excited to share my excitement and passion for the series with people this weekend. As I babble on about this thing I love, I feel so close to who I was as a teenager, which makes it even stranger to think how far time has taken me from those moments and from when I was that young girl. I feel like I was much more hesitant to share my excitement with people when I was younger. There was a period of time when it was considered cool to have a general sense of apathy and to not care about things. I remember how it was considered cool to not like something, especially if that thing was considered mainstream or popular. I've since completely abandoned this mindset, and I loudly share my enjoyment of things. And I'm so thankful. It's fun to enjoy things. It's fun to be excited about things. It's also incredibly fun to revisit things I was obsessed with when I was younger. Although to be fair, I'm still into Doctor Who since getting into it, so while it was a favorite, it still is a favorite. The ride from the airport brought back memories for just how many times I flew into that airport while I had to go back and forth from school and the oral surgeon before and after my reconstructive jaw surgery. Spending the afternoon working in a coffee shop off 23rd felt like time traveling back to getting my master's degree and working for hours on homework and assignments. Gushing over my favorite doctor and how much I love Rose Tyler brought me right back to the group message I had with my college friends where we shared Sherlock and Doctor Who memes back and forth. I'm thankful for how much I've grown in the decade since I started college, but I'm also thankful for how much I've stayed the same, how much I still love the shows and media that consumed my thoughts, how much I still love sipping coffee and writing, and how much I love exploring Portland. I'm thankful teenage me picked to move to Oregon, and I'm thankful current me still feels as passionate and excited now about my interests as I did back then. It feels like I took a trip back in time. I'm incredibly thankful the Laughing Dragon brought me out for this convention, and I'm so thankful for all of the people I interacted with this weekend. From games of Magic and wonderful conversations at the convention to dinner adventures and karaoke. It was a magical weekend, and I'm already looking forward to the next convention.